What's going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and it has been exactly 46 days since I uploaded a video to YouTube. And a lot of you are wondering, Japes, where the heck have you gone? Why did you not upload? All sorts of different things. I know a lot of you are very frustrated about that, and I do apologize. So I'll see what I can do to offer you guys, I don't know, some sort of a little explanation. So I went to E3 and I uploaded a vlog. And at that point, I was already starting to burn out from FIFA 13. And I played FIFA 14. As many of you know, when this sort of thing happens, you go back, you play one game of the old one, and you're like, nah, that's not really the same. I don't really want to play this. So I didn't play it. And I kind of went through and started to evaluate where I am. So I'm 26 years old, and I was trying to figure out, do I want to be playing video games as much as is required to upload, daily FIFA content? And sometimes that's tough to do because, or especially when you're not enjoying the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love FIFA, and the reasons I love it is because it satisfies my footy need. Now, I get that in real life too, but it also satisfies my competitive side. And this is one of those things where I don't even know if I would be playing video games if there was no Xbox Live, if there was no PlayStation Network. And for those of you guys wondering, I don't actually have a PlayStation. So if you've played an account of mine on PlayStation, it's just not me. Well, not even an account of mine. If you played somebody with my tag on PlayStation, it definitely wasn't me. So I play video games essentially to kind of, for the most part, relax, have fun, and satisfy my competitive side. I never am able to play more than an hour of a story mode game like Skyrim, no matter how hard I try. If there's no social interaction on the game or no multiplayer, competitive games, then I just don't play it because I don't enjoy it. Now, I also went shortly after E3 up to Wisconsin, which is where my family lives now. That's my mother and my father, and then my grandmother is up there for the summer as well as my aunt. And I went up there and I spent about 2.5 weeks with them. So that takes up about, 20 days or something like that. So that still leaves us 26 of what have you been doing. And I wanted to see what it was like not playing FIFA as well. And that's not to say I didn't play video games, because I play in another free to download game called League of Legends. And if any of you guys are interested in playing that game, let me know, because that game is very, very enjoyable. And actually, that kind of opened my eyes. And I started playing League of Legends off of a few recommendations from people saying, hey, it's a free game, just download it, see if you like it, no harm, no foul, right? And I'll agree with that. But League of Legends is the biggest video game in the world. It's also the largest competitive esport in the world. And so I thought, hey, it might be interesting for me to learn all about this game for when, FIFA 14 rolls around, and see if there's, anything that I can take from these guys who, now, because of League of Legends, pro gamers can get visas to come into the U.S. to compete as a pro athlete, which is outrageously cool. And that really changes a lot of things where esports are going. And it's, it's stuff like that for me that makes me want to continue with doing YouTube and with, sticking around and hanging out in the esports scene. I think it's very, very cool, and I think it's going places. Now, a lot of you guys are like, the only video game that I play is FIFA anyway, so I really could care less about esports in general. But I think with the way things are trending, esports are only going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think FIFA 14 has a huge opportunity to capitalize on that. Now, most recently, what I was doing is I was in Texas for about a week with CONCACAF. And CONCACAF stands for, actually, I have no idea what the exact thing is. But it's Confederation, no, I'm not quite sure. But essentially, I think it's a branch of FIFA that covers North America, the Caribbean, Central America, and maybe somewhere else. I'm not sure. But I think that's it, actually. But it's the governing body for FIFA, which is for real soccer as well. And what's been going on here in the States is the Gold Cup right now. So what CONCACAF did is they put on an interactive Gold Cup. And that was essentially the same setup as the FIFA Interactive World Cup that I believe took place in Madrid this year. And a guy by the name of Bruce Granick won that. If you want to check out videos from that, I'll see what I can do about leaving links in the description for those of you guys that may not have watched that when it happened. But this was essentially the same setup. And the final was played at Cowboy Stadium. Now, if you guys don't know anything about American football, Cowboy Stadium is one of the biggest state-of-the-art American football fields around. It is a phenomenally expensive project that they undertook a couple years, well, quite a few years back now. Well, maybe 5 or 6 years back, maybe. But the final was to be played in between the semifinals of the real Gold Cup. So the final was played between a guy from El Salvador and a guy from Mexico. And I'm going to show you guys some footage of that. Actually, I'm going to show you that right now. So here it is, and then I'll be back. So the final match is about to begin. The U.S. team's clapping. It's pretty sweet. Whoever said we didn't have soccer fans here in the state, this is the coolest environment I've ever been in for a soccer match. Unbelievable stuff. That's like I don't even know how big that screen is, but I know it's like $50 million. And look at it, everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. We're all checking it out on the big screen. That's crazy. This is in between matches, so I can't believe that this is such an incredible moment for esports. You can tell I'm kind of giddy over this, and this is just like a wild experience for these guys to be playing on this stage. So Mexico, El Salvador is between the two finalists. This is nuts, and I'm field level right now. You can see still hanging out here. I don't think she was that smart though. But I'm back to the game. I want to focus on the game. It should be a tight match. Both of these guys have crazy stories about getting here. So we're gonna see how it plays out. Alright, so we watched that, and that was crazy, crazy cool. As I said in the video, it was just a massive moment for FIFA and a massive moment for esports in general. And I think that's something not to be taken lightly. That also alludes to what I was talking about in the earlier vloggy part of this video. So that's brought us up to last Friday, and I was going to upload over the weekend. Now, I went ahead and I recorded some Path to Power, and I had some career mode, and I was going to upload that. And I thought about it, and I was like, that's not fresh in anybody's mind. It wasn't even fresh in my mind. I had to go back, watch, and try to figure out where I left off. And I was like, this, as I was getting ready to upload it, I said, this is not what I want to upload. And I don't think that's what you guys would have liked to see either. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys would like to see that. So the plan going forward is to upload daily. Now, you guys are going to be like, yeah, right. We're going to see how that goes. And that's, I guess that's a fair assumption. You guys can say what you would, or not a fair assumption. I guess that's fair criticism. But you guys can say what you like, but that is what I'm going to be doing. Now, what I'm going to do is create a schedule, because I think a lot of the issues came from you guys not really knowing what to expect from me. Some days we'd have Path to Power. Some days we'd have an episode of the Breakdown. Some days we'd have career mode, and it just was really, really random based on essentially whatever I was feeling like playing. And I'm going to get it more rigid. So tomorrow I'm going to have essentially what I'm going to call the schedule. And I would love your input on that. Now, you can go all the way back to, for those of you guys that have been around a long time, all the way back to the start of my channel for, gosh, there was like a Just the Tip series that I was doing. I thought it was so funny because, just tip, just for a second, just see how it feels like, see what it feels like. So I named the series that, but that was way, way back. And then there was obviously Power Hour, Hybridism. And one thing I don't think I'll be doing, though, is Pink Slips. But obviously FIFA 14, I think, set to be released September 27th is my guess. And having not played FIFA in over, I don't know, probably having not played in 45 days, I have a lot of work to do to get back to the level of play that I was at. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I want to do a Honing Your Skills series. Now, this is going to be me kind of jumping back into it, but also some of the stuff that, you can work on fundamentally if you haven't played FIFA in a long time to kind of get yourself prepped for FIFA 14. If that's something that you guys like the idea of, let me know. Now, there are going to be comments in the comment section like just trolling negative stuff, and that's fine. I will read the comments on this video, but I'm not going to take, well, I'll take some of them to heart because that's just the kind of guy I am and I really can't help it. But I will try to block out the trolls and stay positive, get some sort of like FIFA internet YouTube feng shui. Is that, yeah, feng shui. But that's the plan right here. So I will also, so I'm going to be playing a lot of FIFA again coming up here. And, watching those pro players in Texas was crazy fun because those guys are so good. And when FIFA's played well, man, it is an enjoyable game. And that's head-to-head more than, well, Ultimate, don't get me wrong, Ultimate Team is ridiculous. And I saw some of the FIFA 14 Ultimate Team stuff that's coming out. I think it's pretty freaking sweet. But that head-to-head is just such a crazy good game mode that just is not given the attention that it deserves, especially in the competitive aspect of it. Now, I think there's actually going to be a room in FIFA 14 for competitive Ultimate Team stuff, and some of the other YouTubers are doing something like that called The Hub, and if you haven't checked that out before, I will go ahead and leave a link to that down below. It's on FootWiz, so you guys can check that out, but it's cool. And I think that's actually the direction that Esports has the potential to take for FIFA. Now, there's going to be the super competitive guys that play head-to-head, but there's also going to be the opportunity to do stuff with Ultimate Team that I think is cool, and I can go more into that in the future and tell you exactly why I think that's going to be huge. So, with that said, I think that got off what I needed to get off, or what I wanted to get off. But I'm gonna just be clear about what I'm uploading and try to even go with when I'm gonna upload it, so you guys can know, hey, if you don't want to watch career mode, don't tune in on Thursdays or Friday. I don't know what day it's gonna be, but if you don't want to watch this, then don't tune in on that day, and that should make it really, really easy and just a heck of a lot clearer. So I'm gonna be developing the schedule right now with series that I want to do for sure. And then, that might leave some days open. And on those days, we'll figure out exactly what I want to, or what I want to be uploading. And then you guys as, followers, I love your input. And I think that's been one of the things that's been so hard, being away. Anyways, that just got caught up into a different thing because I went on a tangent that had nothing to do with this video at all. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you all for watching if you made it through this far in the video, and thank you for coming by and watching and stopping in to kind of see what's going on. If you want to have some input on which episodes you guys might like to see, go ahead and leave some comments down below, or what series you might like to see. I'll also post on Facebook. You can also hit me up on Twitter at AirJapesFIFA and let me know there. So again, thank you guys very much for tuning in, and let's see, other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.